Yo, Adam Saxon with Guy in a Cube, and in this video I want to explain the trials for Microsoft Fabric. And so one of the things that was announced is that there's actually the ability for you to get a trial capacity so that you can actually go try the Fabric items. So outside of Power BI, any of the new Fabric items, so if we're talking about a lakehouse, a warehouse, data factory pipeline, all of these things require capacity in order to be used. So either with a Power BI premium capacity or with a Microsoft Fabric capacity. And so if you want to explore this a little bit to see if you want to purchase capacity, or you're a new user to Microsoft Fabric altogether, then you can actually go in and get a trial capacity as part of that. However, you may not have access to that. So if your organization has actually disabled trials, then you know what? Enough of all this talking. You know we like to do it here in Guy in a Cube. Let's do what? Let's head over to my machine. So I am in Microsoft Fabric and I want to go into my workspace here. I'm a premium per user or Power BI premium per user. So that's the license I have. So if I come into John Doe, you'll see I've got premium per user. Maybe you've got a Power BI Pro license. Maybe you're a free user. Who knows? So I'm in an actual workspace and I want to go play around. I can see the persona switcher here. So Microsoft Fabric is enabled in my tenant. If you're not seeing the persona switcher or no even evidence that there are Fabric items, so you only see Power BI, check out my video I did to enable Microsoft Fabric within your tenant. So I can see all of the items here. These are the Power BI items. If I go to show all, I can actually see these items. I could also optionally switch to a different persona. So I could go to data engineering. I could go to data warehousing to see different menu items, but this is fine. I see all of the items. So I want to go create a lakehouse. It says I need to upgrade to a paid Microsoft capacity. So this is where you're actually being indicated that this workspace is not backed by capacity. So we need to do something here. Now, if the trials were enabled for your tenant, it would have just kicked you in to get you that trial as part of that, assuming you haven't already done that. In this case, this user has not used the capacity trial. This user may have used a pre-existing trial for Pro or Premium per user. But for the actual capacity piece, it is not been used by this user because the trials are disabled for the tenant. So I'm going to go back to my main login here where I'm actually a tenant admin. So I can come into the admin portal, go into tenant settings, and there's a setting here called users can try Microsoft paid features. This is what actually enables the trial. You can see I've disabled this. So this means nobody can actually go get a capacity, which means there won't be any Fabric items that are part of it. So let me go ahead and enable the trial and we'll say for the entire organization. So now that the trial is enabled, I can go back to my John Doe user. Let's just refresh the browser for good measure. We'll go back into my workspace and we'll go to new, show all. Let's try creating a lakehouse again. And bam, now it's upgrading to a free Microsoft Fabric preview trial. So what it's doing is it actually created the trial capacity. So this is actually Fabric 64 capacity or a premium P1 capacity, if you're familiar with those. And then it assigned this workspace to that trial capacity. I'm not paying for capacity, but I've got a capacity that's available to me for 60 days. And this workspace was assigned to that trial capacity. So I'm going to say, okay. And now it wants to know what's my lakehouse. So let's do John Lakehouse. We'll create it. And then we see my actual lakehouse here and I can start pulling in data and start working with that. And you'll see in my workspace here that now I have this lakehouse. If we go to workspace settings and we go to premium, you'll actually see here now that the license mode is actually listed as a trial. So it's not premium capacity. It's not premium per user. It's not a Fabric capacity. And this trial, it just belongs to me. So I can't manage anything about that capacity. And you'll see it's got a diamond on the workspace now as well. So this means that someone with the trial can actually go create these items. If you have trials enabled, but you've disabled Fabric items for your tenant, what will happen is when the trial capacity gets created, that user can now create Fabric items, even though you've disabled Fabric items at the tenant level, because there's a capacity level switch for Fabric items. So that's something to be aware of from a tenant administration perspective. In general, take advantage of the trial capacities though to explore Microsoft Fabric, to learn how to use these items. This is a great option that's available for you for 60 days. So this is either at the Fabric 64 SKU and or the Power BI Premium P1 SKU. And if you do have the trial and you've started playing around with Microsoft Fabric items, let me know in the comments what you think. What do you like? What do you not like? If you want more awesome videos on Microsoft Fabric, check out this playlist up above. We're going to keep adding some new things here. just to get you up and going. As always, thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you in the next video.